Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through the 15H assignment. All right, so we'll start here with number 1. Given the propositions, P, it is sunny, Q, I am warm, R is I feel happy. Write the following in words. So we've got P and Q, so that would be it is sunny and I am warm. So, and since it's an implication, we got to start with if. So if it is sunny and I am warm, then I feel happy is what A will be. Okay. B is P and not Q, all implies not R. So we're going to start with if it is sunny and I am not warm, then I do not feel happy. Okay, and then C, valid. So we got P's, Q's, and R's, so we're going to need to make a truth table with P's, Q's, and R's. So we got P, Q, and R. All right. Oh man, we can do this. Okay, so remember, always start with the far right one, and that's alternating true and false. So true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, and then we do 2 in a row and alternate. So then we do true, 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 false, false, true, true, false, false, and then we keep doubling it as we go back. So now instead of 2 trues, now we're at 4 trues. So true, 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 false, 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 false. This ensures us of getting every single possible combination of trues and falses with P's, Q's, and R's. Okay, so first one, is this valid? So we've got P implies Q. So let's do that first. So we got P implies Q. So that here's P, here's Q. So that's our if, that's our then. So have the ingredients make the best cookies. That's true. Have the ingredients make the best cookies. True. Have the ingredients make awful cookies. False. Have the ingredients make awful cookies. False. Don't have the ingredients from here on down. You can't disprove anything, so these are all trues. Okay? Now we got to do Q implies R. So Q implies R. Let's do that one here. Get rid of those. And so we start with Q, and then we go to R. So have the ingredients make the best cookies. True. Have the ingredients make awful cookies. False. Don't have the ingredients for either of those, so those have to both be assumed true because you can't disprove anything. Have the ingredients make the best cookies. True. Have the ingredients make awful cookies. False. Don't have the ingredients at all, so you can't disprove it, so you have to assume those are true. Okay. So this, remember here, these two would be connected with an and then the little equals bar here is our implication. All right, so we have these two. So let's connect these two with an and. So we've got P implies Q and Q implies R. So let's do those two together. Let's see. So we've got P implies Q and Q implies R. So these have to both be true in order for these to be true. So we got true, true, that's true. True, false is false. False, true is false. False, true is false. True, true is true. True, false is false. True, true is true. True, true is true. All right, so we have this whole top piece up here. And then we have to see if that implies Q and R. So the first thing we got to do there is do Q and R first to see what that works out to be. So let's see, that is going to be, so Q and R, these have to both be true in order for this to be true. So we got true, true is true. True, false is false. False, true is false. False, false is false. True, true is true. True, false is false. False, true is false. And false, false is false. Okay, so now we have everything we need. So now we have to have P implies Q and Q implies R. That is our if statement. and then our then statement is Q and R. So it's these two together. So we've got this big whole mess to write together here. So we've got P implies Q and Q implies R. Does that all imply Q and R? Whew, that's a long one. Okay, so let's fix that. Right, and let's see. So P implies Q and Q implies R. So there's our if statement, and then Q and R is our then statement. So again, we've got have the ingredients make the best cookies. So that is true. Don't have the ingredients for any of these, so you can't disprove anything. So you have to assume those are all true. If you have the ingredients and you make the world's best cookies, that's true. If you don't have the ingredients, can't disprove anything, so that's true. Have the ingredients make the world's worst cookies, that would be false. Have the ingredients make terrible cookies, that is false. Okay, so which of the following are valid? So this is A. This is not valid because of these two falses down here. Okay, let's move on to B. All right, so we'll do that one down here. Let's see. So we've got P and Q. Have we done that up here anywhere? No, we haven't. So let's do that. You know what? Let's just keep it going over here first. So let's do P and Q first. Okay, so we got P and Q. So since it's and, they have to both be true. So we got true, true, that's true. True, true is true. True, false is false. True, false is false. And if you'll notice, all these are falses. That's supposed to be an F there. That's a little hard to read. Right there, that's a false. So these are all falses, so these end up having to be all false as well, because they have to both be true in order for it to be true. So there's our P and Q. And then now we have to have P and Q or R. So we got P and Q or R. Okay, so that's this one, P and Q. Oh, oops, I put and R. That should be or R. Okay. So that would be this one and this one here. Okay, so again, it's or, so all we have to do is have one of the two of them be true. So we've got true, true, so that's true. We got false, true, so that's true. We have true, false, which is true. False, false. Let's see, all these, the rest of these down here are all falses. So let's see what we got going on over here. So we got, it's basically going to be whatever these are. So false, false is false. True, false is true. False, true is false. True, false is true. And false, true is, sorry, false, false is false. Okay, so that's this whole thing here now. We have to see if that implies P or R. So what we really need to do now is figure out P or R. So let's do that first. Let's see, I'm going to get rid of these so we can put our new ones on. All right, so we've got P or R. So we got P or R is what's going on over here. So again, as long as one of these is true, so look, all these first four are all true, so these have to all be true because you only need one true. Doesn't matter what the other one is. And then these over here are, we got true, false, true, false. So we've got true, false, that works. False, false doesn't. True, false does work. False, false doesn't. So it's going to be true, false, true, false. True, false, true, false. Okay, so that's P or R. So now we have this piece and that piece. Now we have to see if they imply each other. So let's do that whole thing down here. So we've got P and Q or R. Does that imply P or R. Okay, so let's put these in here. So we've got an implication here. So we want P and Q or R. That's our if. And then P or R is our then. So here's our if, there's our then. Okay, so if we do this whole thing here, we've got have the ingredients make the best cookies, so that's true. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Don't have the ingredients, can't disprove anything, so that's true. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Don't have the ingredients, can't disprove or prove anything, so we have to assume it's true. Have the ingredients, make the best cookies, that's true. Don't have the ingredients, got to assume it's true. So look, we end up with all trues here. So this one here, this is B, this is a valid argument because everything's true. Okay, let's do, okay, so here's number 3. Consider the argument. P implies Q and Q implies R. Does that all imply that P implies not R? Okay, so we got P, Q, and R. So let's do P, Q, and R. And then away we go. Gotta make our 2 tables for these. Oh my gosh, those are terrible. I can do this. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, so remember I always start with the last one, alternating between trues and falses, all the way down, and then double that as you move to the left. True, 2 trues, 2 falses, 2 trues, 2 falses, and then 4 trues and 4 falses. Okay, so excuse me. First thing we got to do is P implies Q. So let's do P implies Q. So P, Q is the P is the if, Q is the then. So you have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients you make hockey pucks, that's false. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Don't have the ingredients, you can't disprove anything, so these have to all be assumed to be true. Okay, and then let's go to the next part here, which is Q implies R. So we got Q implies R. So there's Q, there's R. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, true. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Don't have the ingredients for either of these, you have to assume that those are true. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Don't have the ingredients, so you have to assume those are true. Okay, so now these two are connected with an and, so we have P implies Q and Q implies R. Right, so these two here are being connected with an and, so they have to both be true in order for these to be true. So we got true, true is true. True, false would be false. False, true is false. False, true is false. True, true is true. True, false is false. True, true is true. True, true is true. Okay? All right, now, so we've done these two together, and we have to figure out if that implies this here. So let's figure out P implies not R. So first thing we probably want to do is not R. So R is true, false, so that would be false, true, all the way down, right? So now we have to figure out, does P imply not R? Okay, so let's get rid of this stuff here so it doesn't confuse us. So we've got the new one, P is here, so P is our starter. Does that imply not R? There's our then. So there's our if, there's our then. P implies not R. So have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, That's true. And all the rest of these, you don't have the ingredients, so you have to assume that it is true. Okay? So now we have these statements connected together, and then this implication here. So now this here, let's get rid of these. So we have to figure out, if this implies this, because this, remember, is, this line here is the implication. So we have, here's our first piece, that's this all up here. That's our if statement, and then P implies not R, there's our then statement. So it's going to be P implies Q, and Q implies R. Does that all imply P implies not R? Whew, that's a doozy. That's all right, we can do this. So we've got have the ingredients make hockey pucks. That is false. Don't have the ingredients for any of these three, so you have to assume that these are all true. You have the ingredients, you make the best cookies. That's true. Don't have the ingredients, so you have to assume that's true. Have the ingredients make the world's best cookies. That's true. Have the ingredients make the world's best cookies. That's true as well. So it says here, what values of P, Q, and R lead to an invalid argument? Just this one is false, so that means the thing that leads to an invalid argument is if P, Q, and R are all true. Okay, so P, Q, and R are all true is what leads to an invalid argument on that one. Okay? Okay. Let's see, last one, number 4. If I do not like a subject, I do not work hard. If I do not work hard, I fail. I passed, therefore I must have liked the subject. Okay? Identify the propositions P, Q, and R. Write the above argument in logical form, and then is the conclusion a result of valid reasoning? Okay. So identify the propositions P, Q, and R. So let's try that out first. So we've got proposition P is I do not like a subject. Okay. Q is I do not work hard. And R is, let's see, I do not like a subject, I do not work hard. If I do not work hard, I fail. I pass, therefore I must like the R has to just be I fail. Okay? All right, so that's part A. Now we got to write the above argument in logical form. Okay, so part B. This is part A. So, if I do not like a subject, I do not work hard. So the easiest way to try to figure out what goes in between here is replacing these with if-thens or ands or, and which one makes the most sense. So obviously this starts with if, so this is an implication. So if I do not like a subject, so that's P implies I do not work hard, so P implies Q. Okay. Now we're connecting these two sentences together, so really the easiest way to remember this is when you're connecting a couple sentences together, it's pretty much always going to be and. Okay, so and if I do not work hard, I fail, so that's if Q, then R. So we've got Q implies R. Okay. And again, now we're connecting. We have the end of a sentence, and we're connecting it to another sentence. So we're going to connect that with an and. So I passed, which is not failing, so that's not R. Therefore, I must like the subject. So that's the opposite of not liking the subject. So that's going to be not P. Okay, and I passed. Therefore, I must like the subject. Easiest way to replace that is if I passed, then I must like the subject. Okay, so that means that this here is going to be the implication. Okay, so that's writing this whole 3 sentences here in logical form. Okay, and then last part here is the conclusion a result of valid reasoning. So we're going to have to do P's, Q's, and R's, right? So P, Q, and R. Always have a hard time drawing that vertical line. There we go. All right, so true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false, and 4 trues and 4 falses. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to show this whole argument here on this truth table here. So let's start with the first thing. P implies Q. Okay. So here's P, here's Q. So you have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients make the best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Don't have any of the ingredients, so you have to assume that these are all true. Okay, so that's the first part here. And then let's do the Q implies R next. So Q and R. So we got Q implies R. So true, true is true. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Don't have the ingredients for either of these, so you have to assume those are true. Have the ingredients make best cookies, that's true. Have the ingredients make hockey pucks, that's false. Don't have the ingredients, so you have to assume those are true. Okay, so now we have these two things here. Now let's connect those two together with an and. So now we have P implies Q and Q implies R. Okay, so that's these two together, and since it's and, they have to both be true. So true, true is true, true, false is false, false, true is false, false, true is false, true, true is true, true, false is false, true, true is true, true, true is true. Okay, so now we have this whole thing here. Now we have to do and, not R, so let's figure out what not R is first. So R is true, false, so that's going to be false, true, false, true, false, true, oops, ugh. True, false, true. Okay, so now we want to do this whole thing here all together, so that's P implies Q, and Q implies R, and not R. Okay, so here's our, let's see, let's get rid of these old ones here, since we got a new implication on here. So here's our if statement. R is our then statement, right? So, and then these are connected with the and, so they have to both be true, right? So true, false is false, false, true is false, false, false is false, false, true is false, true, false is false, false, true is false, true, false is false, and true, true is true. Okay? Now we have this whole mess here. We just have to see if this implies not P. So let's put in not P here. Not P is true, true, true. Well, P is true, 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 false, 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 false. So that's going to be false, 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 true, 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 true. So our last part here is to do this entire thing all together, which is P implies Q, and Q implies R, and not R. Does that whole thing imply not P? Okay, so let's see on this one here. So here, this whole thing is our if statement. So that's this here. And then not P is our then statement. Okay, so let's figure out if this works or not. So look, if you'll notice, all of these first 7 are all false. So you have to assume that if you don't have the ingredients, you can't disprove anything. So you have to assume that all of these are true. So the only way we have to check is the last one. True, you have the ingredients. True, you make the world's best cookies. So that is true. So since we have all truths, that's a tautology. So is this conclusion a result of valid reasoning? Yes, it is, because it's a tautology. All right, so that's all there is for this one here. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask in class. Thanks.